Now, in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down teams that made the playoffs last season that will miss it this year. There's been a lot of change in the AFC and the NFC, but there are some clear teams that I think will take a step back in 2025-26 season. So let's start off with, I think, a clear one, an obvious one, the Chargers. Might not be that obvious to you. Some people are high on Jim Harbaugh and Justin Herbert. I like Jim Harbaugh, but I don't like Justin Herbert. Not a big fan of his. I think he's a little overrated. But this season, this Chargers team will take a step back because they overachieved last year. The talent, the roster, it wasn't, perfect, amazing. Like Justin Herbert, we saw in the Texans game, the weapons weren't getting open, and then Justin Herbert was just throwing a bunch of interceptions and shit. Defensively, they overachieved too. This defense was pretty solid for not having all the pieces in place. And then this year, they lost some pivotal guys, especially up front in the interior. So teams are going to be able to run on this defense. The secondary, you don't trust it as much. Khalil Mack should be nice. The defensive end from USC, too, should take a step forward after having 8.5 sacks last year. Losing Joey Bosa is a nice piece on this defensive line when he played. So they lost a lot of pieces, I think. They added, Keenan Allen, really like him. Really good veteran receiver for Justin Herbert. I think he's going to ball out with Justin Herbert, maybe put up 1,000 yards this season. Trey Harris, I thought he's pretty solid pickup. I like the receiver they drafted from Auburn. He balled out in the preseason. This division got a lot better. The Broncos got better. The Chiefs even got better. Raiders got better. So I think this is a Chargers team that will finish fourth in this division. I think this is a Chargers team that misses out on the playoffs. I think the Raiders could beat them twice this year. The Raiders, Ashton Jeanty can have career highs rushing games. I think Ashton Jeanty could put up some 200-yard rushing performances against this Chargers defense. Broncos too. So I think the Chargers, and I think they finish maybe 7-10 this year. Take a huge step back. But Jim Harbaugh, I like him as a culture setter. I like him as a tradition guy. He's going to build up this franchise. Like I said, he already took them in the playoffs in year one. They overachieved. This year, step back. Next season, they'll add the pieces in place necessary to get back in the playoffs and help Justin Herbert get a good opportunity to compete for a Super Bowl. But this year, I don't think it's it for him. Rashawn Slater, losing him for the whole season, too, is a huge loss. So teams are going to be able to get after Justin Herbert this season. Mekhi Becton, who knows if he'll be as good as he was in Philly. So there's a lot of question marks, more question marks than things to be excited about with the Chargers. Pittsburgh Steelers, I think this is a 9-8 season for them again. Aaron Rodgers, he's coming in, 42 years old, going to be in December. Him and DK Metcalf, I think they both have a great season this year. But, if Rodgers is what he was in Green Bay the season before his last season in Green Bay, it all depends on what Rodgers we get this year. He's not the best leader. Him and Mike Tomlin, they could clash. Arthur Smith as well. So just a lot of question marks with that. Derek Harmon, losing him for a couple games is a huge loss. I don't know. Either or, whoever is the quarterback, they're going to be the third best team in this division because I think the Bengals made the moves necessary. Joe Burrow is that guy to, beat teams that are better than him and always keep his team an opportunity to compete and, win any football game against any team. So I think Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, the Bengals, trio of weapons, Trey Hendrickson on the defense back, some of the rookie pieces they added defensively. I think the Bengals are better than the Steelers this year, and I think the Steelers just win enough to get to 9-8. I don't know how much of an improvement Aaron Rodgers is over Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, to be honest. Russell Wilson took them to like 12-5, I think, and they made the playoffs. 11-6, around that range. I don't think they hit that. Mike Tomlin's a phenomenal coach. He could go to the playoffs with Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph, but I just think this is a bad end to Rodgers' career as the Steelers don't take that next step. They don't get to where they are expecting to be. This defense should be good. Jalen Ramsey, Darius Slay, T.J. Watt, Cam Hayward, Alex Highsmith. They have pieces all over this defense, but I just think they don't have enough at the quarterback position. I'm not trusting the playmakers other than DK Metcalf enough for them to get where they want to be and knock off the Ravens, knock off the Bengals. If they get into the playoffs, it's going to be by the skin of their teeth. I'm betting against them making the playoffs. The last and final team I had was the Minnesota Vikings. I think this Vikings team, J.J. McCarthy, it's going to be up and down for him as a rookie. I think he's going to be a good quarterback down the road, but this season, a lot of pressure, a lot of expectations. This team, they went 14-3 last year. And they got rid of their quarterback because they believe in J.J. McCarthy, and I don't think that was a wrong decision. I just don't think they'll be a 14-3 team again this season. The schedule's tougher. The Green Bay Packers just got Micah Parsons. The Bears got improved. So this Vikings team, I could see them being the fourth best team in this division. And they have Kevin O'Connell, a phenomenal head coach. Brian Flores is a great defensive coordinator. The defense got better. I'm just not sold on this team continuing the same offensive success right out the gates. There's a lot of games that I think they could lose because they have a rookie quarterback. No shot on JJ McCarthy, just him being a rookie. So I think this year is a step back for him. After this season, they'll get back to being really competitive as JJ McCarthy gets more experience under his belt. I think this is one of those teams that it's like they could either be really, really good or they could just, flatline. And it's just a toss-up for what they can be, but I'm betting more on the side of them missing out in the playoffs, being a 7-10 kind of team this year. Those are the three biggest teams that I have that made the playoffs last season, missing it this year. Let me know down below in the comments whether you agree or disagree. A team that you think I missed, maybe the Denver Broncos. So I've seen some people on social media are not as high on them. Let me know down below. Some people thought the NFC North was going to be the worst division in football this season. They thought it was going to be as bad as the NFC South.